Hello, Chargers fans. Welcome into the Guilty as Charged podcast. Today, I'm just going to be discussing day 4 of Chargers training camp and really specifically this Rashawn Slater situation, which we don't know a ton about. And as I'm recording this right now at 12:15, more things could come out. We could learn more, but I'm just giving you what we've been told by their beat reporters, what the coaches have been saying. So let's get into it here. Right now, per Daniel Popper, Rashawn Slater was not practicing today, day 4 of Chargers training camp. He was there. He was working off to the side, but he was not practicing. So the offensive line today was Joe Alt, Bradley Bozeman, Zion Johnson at center, Mekhi Becton back from his ring ceremony or getting the ring from the Eagles Super Bowl, and Trey Pipkins at right tackle. Now, what we know right now is that Rashawn Slater and the Chargers are working on a contract extension. If you listened to the podcast before, if you listened to Steven, what he's reported, the number, the average annual salary is there. It's more of an injury protections clause, whatnot, that the Chargers and Slater have a bit of a disagreement on. That's not from me. That's from Steven, so I can't verify myself. To my knowledge, Slater has attended everything this offseason. It doesn't mean he's participated in everything because last Saturday, Greg Roman said that there was a rest day for Rashawn Slater. No injury, no issue, supposedly. But again, now today, Monday, there's another rest day, supposedly. I guess no one officially said rest day. We only had Ryan Ficken, Junior Colson, and Denzel Perryman up on the podium today as at the time I'm recording this. So maybe there's more. I don't know. So no one's ever said rest day, but it seems like another rest day as it was on Saturday. So what could it be at this point? I think it could be at least one of three things. The first thing being that he just genuinely does need rest days. This could be a second rest day, and maybe they think he needs it. It's not like a true injury, but they need it because they're monitoring something. So the Chargers, if you look back on his history with the Chargers, as early as being drafted in 2021, I forget who said it. It might have been Tom Telesco at the time. But they were aware of the back spasms that he had. That's kind of a thing that they were monitoring. That was not a serious thing. He has had more serious injuries, obviously, but they were aware from the jump that there was this kind of back spasm issue they were monitoring. And he did miss a Friday or part of a Friday and Saturday last year due to an undisclosed injury. Could have been back spasms. I don't recall if we ever actually figured out what that was. But he also did miss, again, part of a day and the next day in training camp last year, and he played basically almost the entire season. It didn't prevent him from playing week 1, I'll say that. So it's possible. It's just hey, we're being really cautious, making sure nothing's, wrong here. Take it easy. We're not even in pads yet. Do your thing. The second thing, of course, which would be worse, is that there is some sort of injury. Granted, they are very cautious at this time of the year. Jim Harbaugh's not going to just be like, yeah, get out there. And he's not going to pull a Brandon Staley and put these players with an injury history out there during a week 18 meaningless game against the Denver Broncos for 3 quarters. But that's neither here nor there. They're going to be cautious no matter what. So it could be some sort of an injury. It could be a combination of rest day and minor injury, if you want to call the back spasms that. They are being cautious, I'm sure. But ultimately, I do think this is starting to shape up to be a very quiet, non-publicly expressed hold in. So obviously hold out, you're not at practice, you're not in the building. Hold in, you're attending practice, but right now you're not participating until you get that contract extension. Does Rashawn Slater need to practice to be good in the NFL? No. Granted, he might have a new left guard this year next to him. We'll see. Joe Alt has moved to left tackle during his absence, which kind of actually prevents his own chemistry with Mekhi Becton on the right side. But again, we'll see. It might not matter at all. And clearly, Joe Alt was fine last year, playing a lot of left tackle last year in training camp. But this is starting to shape up to be a bit of a hold-in. So if you believe what Steven reported and what the Chargers are saying, all the conversations are positive. Generally, the framework of the deal is in place. There's just something else. Even if you don't believe Steven, we can all agree clearly with no contract, there is something else that needs to get sorted out that has not been sorted out. Is that more so on the Chargers side? Is it more so on Slater's side? I don't know. I believe the best deals are the ones where everyone kind of loses just a little bit. Like nobody's perfectly happy in a perfect deal. The best deals, each person has to sacrifice something. So we'll see what this ends up being. By the way, for those who missed it, Trey Harris did sign his deal, got about 10% more in guarantees in his contract than the previous 55th overall pick the previous year. So I guess in theory, the hold out worked and things are trending that way. But anyway, this is about Rashawn Slater. We'll see what happens. No one has reported injury. I am refreshing Twitter right now just to see if anything else was reported before I kind of wrap up this video here. But as far as I'm aware, Slater just was at practice. He just wasn't practicing. He was working off to the side, and we'll see if that changes moving forward. So I think for now, we can relax. I hate the fact that Google Slides, when it uploads, changed the way I had this formatted. So now the format sucks, but whatever. I think just relax for now. It's probably fine. If it's a contract, it'll get done at some point. And Slater will be playing in week 1. I think no matter what, he's under contract. So he will be playing during week 1. But I think that this, for now, is a relaxed situation. So I'm just sharing what I think it currently is, some ideas of what it could be, but I don't really think it might be those things. I think it's a hold-in. I think it'll get resolved. And we just pray it's not an injury. Other than that, some additional news from today from Chris Rim, ESPN's Chris Rim, who I really do enjoy following. Raheem Sanders, a very popular Chargers undrafted free agent player, has missed another practice. I believe he maybe took like a couple of practices in the spring and maybe one during training camp, but he's been in and out of the lineup, which if you see in the videos has allowed, with Najee Harris's absence as well, Kamani Vidal to be up there. I know there's a pronunciation police out there. Kamani Vidal has been able to take advantage of those opportunities. If you look at the Quentin Johnston touchdown from today, he's the guy with the first team. Not that he's starting over Hampton, but he's getting involved, and good for him. Luke Grimm, the receiver out of Kansas, someone, again, a lot of Chargers fans have been very excited about. I think his film was a ton of fun, but he's a UDFA. He's on the roster bubble. We'll talk about the other receivers in a little bit, but he did not practice today. He practiced, I believe, on Saturday and didn't miss the start of training camp, but I believe he missed all of spring training camp. Like, I don't believe he's out there very much. Him and Mike Williams were like the two that were consistently not out there during the spring, and now he misses another day today. What is it for? I don't know. You know how it works at this point. Jim Harbaugh's not going to say anything, and we didn't have any. Well, we had Ficken go up, but we didn't have Roman or Minter or Harbaugh get up there to be able to share what these issues might have been if they would have shared at all. Some positive news. Elijah Molden is off the PUP list, which is great. He's working off to the side for now, but at least he's there. He's off the PUP list. We are trying to get him to be, back to where he was. He's wearing the number 2. I think he's a great safety 2, arguably safety 1 if Derwin James is in the slot, but you know what I mean. I'm excited to see him back out there in an actual year with the Chargers where he had a full offseason. And it still does crack me up that he will have played all of last year, and then he will play all of this year, and the Titans will still not have used the pick that they got for him because it was a conditional, 2026 7th round pick. I mean, again, Joe Hortiz, one of the best moves a Chargers GM has ever made, I feel like, for the value they got for him. Mike Becton is back, as I said earlier, which is great. So no, I was a little concerned on Friday when they reported he wasn't there. He's back. All is good. He's in the lineup. Wide receiver Jalen Johnson, who was their second most productive receiver last year in the preseason behind Simi Fehoko, granted by quite a bit. He's also off the PUP list. I think he can start to work into where where Grimm has been, or Campbell at the drop the other day. I think you're going to see Jalen Johnson get more involved and be. Now that Jalen Reagor is more of a lock to make the roster, I think Jalen Johnson is now that bubble guy that we should be paying attention to. And then apparently Quentin Johnston had a great day 4. He had 2 big touchdowns today. The Chargers have posted both. Looked great. I don't believe the DBs that were covering him were, Jackson or Cam Hart or Tarheeb Still. But still, it's specifically good plays, big plays, and throws from Justin Herbert. And that's good. So I like seeing all that. And finally, per Ryan Ficken, just one quick little bit of notes. He said that J.K. Scott had some offers from other teams, but he chose to come back. The Chargers value their continuity. But more importantly, he mentioned that Darius Davis is part of their core group of special teamers. Obviously, Scott, Davis, Cameron Dicker, and Josh Harris. That is their core, and they believe that Davis is part of that core. Someone asked about the competition at returner. He said, look, there's always competition. It's not going to always be his job, but he is their current returner. So I would expect Darius Davis, like he's their returner right now. I think he'll hold on to that. Jalen Reagor makes the roster. I think he could also be a returner possibly, but I think right now this is Darius Davis's job. It stinks because, the NFL might be trending towards running backs right now as the returner, but that could have been like Sanders potentially, and that could have been fun. He's not practicing. Luke Grimm's best chance of making the roster is to also contribute on special teams. He's not practicing. So right now, I think with those two kind of like not bottom of the roster, but like outside looking in roster guys not playing, I think that just means that Darius Davis is just, again, he's already the returner, but he's just locking it up by being the available guy as well. So that's all I have on that. Let me know what you guys think about Rashawn Slater's situation. Is it nothing? Is the sky falling? Is it a hold-in? Is it just precautionary? Is it a serious injury? What do you think? Tomorrow, the Chargers start with their first padded practice, and I'm excited to see what happens. All right, guys, take care. And as always, bolt up.